Hi Stampers, welcome back. I'm going to be making a quick little card here again today, showing how you can use that triple layer punch, and this is the Blossom Bouquet from Stampin' Up. I love this punch, but sometimes you have little extra pieces laying around, and I've had a couple videos on showing how to use those extra pieces. Today I'm going to be using this inner blossom so that we can kind of get rid of some of those scraps. So I'll show you how we made the card. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take a base card, very vanilla cardstock, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and then you're going to score it right down the center at 4 1/4. So this will be our base. Then take another piece of very vanilla cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and measure this at 4 1/4 by 5.5. This is going to be what we're going to be building on, and then we'll go ahead and attach this to the base. I always like to have a builder piece, so that way you don't have ribbon inside the card. You just have it on the outside, and it makes it look really nice and finished on the inside. So we'll go ahead and get started. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and attach our ribbon already. I'm going to be using some very vanilla satin ribbon, and this is 5/8 inch width. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that towards the base of the card. And instead of using glue on the back, I just use a little piece of Scotch tape to attach it. I think that way it makes it nice and clean. You're not getting the liquid glue coming through the satin ribbon. And this will be attached to the back of the card anyway, so it'll hold in place quite nicely. Then I went ahead and just adorned it a little bit more with a piece of crochet trim, which is also from Stampin' Up. This is the Victoria 5/8 inch. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and attach that in the back using some Scotch tape. And this will be glued down to the base, so no worries there. So now you've got the trim of the ribbon. How I made the double bow, I've actually got this on another video, but I'll kind of go through it quickly just so you know. I took some more 5/8 inch satin ribbon in very vanilla. And all you really do is you keep a little tail on the end. You just loop and loop and loop again to get that double bow, and then turn it over and loop again, and then you're going to get that extra little tail, and then you're going to trim here, take another small piece of scrap ribbon, tie it through the center, and that's how you get this little double bow. And again, that's on one of my previous videos if you need to see a little bit more instruction. So that's actually going to be our embellishment there. And then I just had one of these little hat pins or crochet pins that I had left over from a corsage. So I'm just going to go ahead and just stick that in the center of our bow. So that will make our embellishment right there. Now to use our leftovers, what I've done is I've got actually 7 pieces here. And these are in the Old Navy. It probably shows up black on the video though. And I'm just going to go ahead and start attaching these, a row of 4 and then a row of 3 on the top. I'm using some liquid Tombow to do this. I think it goes a little bit neater, it's a little bit faster, and they'll stick a little better as well. To attach 4 across the front of this particular punch, it almost fits perfectly. You might have to overlap them just slightly. And I hope I'm doing them in a straight line here. It's a little hard to tell when you're doing the videos. So those will work out perfect like that. And then I've got the other 3. We'll go ahead and attach those pretty much right in the center of the other ones. Again, overlapping just slightly. And we'll get these all on, and then I'll just show you how I did the sentiment. And this is how fast and easy this card is with these punched images. So it works out great. I'm just going to move this over just a little bit more because I think I've got a little unevenness here. There we go. You have to work pretty fast with that liquid Tombow. Then as far as the sentiment goes, I went ahead and used the oval scallop punch, again using the Old Navy. I'm going to attach this to the card. I go ahead and use the liquid Tombow, but you can also use snail. It doesn't really matter. Could have put that down just a little bit more. And then I went ahead and stamped a sentiment and punched it out with the large oval. And I'm going to go ahead and attach that with a couple dimensionals on the back. So that kind of sticks up just a little bit. There we go. And then we'll just attach our bow. And I'm going to be using some medium glue dots. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick my bow right onto the glue dot itself. And then that'll get attached right on the bottom here in the center. And then the only other thing I've done is I've embellished this with some of the large jewels. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. These already have sticky on the back of them, so they attach very, very quickly. You don't have to be messing around with these too much, using glue and everything else. So I just kind of use my little utility hobby blade here and get them on, and you can see how fast I can get 7 of these. So now that we have all of our pearls on, all we have to do is just attach it to our base card. And I'm just going to, again, use some liquid glue since we have all of our embellishments and everything on here now. It'll be much easier. There we go. Sounds like I'm going to need some liquid glue here. All right, and just attach that to your card front. And you are all done. A beautiful card made just with leftover punches. Have a great day.